Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Greetings from Parua Pevas. I have a hard time pronouncing this name, but we are for the weekend in this city, sharing with the youth, with the church, and we're getting to know new people and new believers here, and it's really good for me as well. Personally, I'm able to speak a bit more Portuguese with people, and also able to follow more and more conversations and connect with people here, not in English, not in Dutch, but in Portuguese. So that's super encouraging. Also have a word for that I want to share with you guys this week. I've been reading the last weeks in the Sermon of the Mount, Matthew 5-7, and just wanted to share a little thing that stood out to me. Two verses that I think when I read them at first almost felt like they were contradicting. But I think no, I know they're not, and I actually want to show you what I think Jesus was saying with this. So the first one is in Matthew 5. It is verse 16. Jesus has just been talking about how the believer should be the salt of the earth, a lamp on a hill, a city on a hill, and a lamp that should be put on the table and not be hidden. And then he says, in the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. So Jesus is saying, let people show your good deeds so they will see the Father through you. Now Jesus came to show the Father through who he was, and he's calling us to do the same. We are supposed to show God's character through the way that we act, the way that we treat people, and the things that we do. Then a little later in Matthew 6 verse 1, so the people were listening to Jesus and they just heard that they need to be, showing their good deeds so that Father in heaven will be glorified. And then we hear a verse that almost contradicts what Jesus said before. In Matthew 6 verse 1 it says, be careful not to do your acts of righteousness before men to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no rewards from your Father in heaven. And I think I've heard this verse preached before, and almost in a way that you should, not show people how you're doing good things, how you are kind to people. We should do that in secret, and we should bless people in a way that no one sees us, because otherwise, we will not have a reward in heaven. But I don't think we lose our rewards in heaven when people see our acts, that they suddenly are not valuable anymore. Actually, that would totally contradict indeed what Jesus said before, that our deeds should be seen. But I think the clue is in the detail of why. Why do we show people our good deeds? The first verse, Matthew 5 verse 16, says, so your Father in heaven will be glorified. So that people through you will actually be able to see the Father. And the second time, Jesus talks about a heart attitude where people show their good acts just to be seen by others. They do their good deeds because they want people to acknowledge them, to give them in return, or maybe actually because we do our good deeds, it feels something in our identity, it makes us feel good. But what Jesus is saying is we should show our good deeds to glorify the Father. We should give, not respecting anything in return, but we should give because we've been given so much by the Father. And I think this starts indeed with just knowing who the Father is and knowing what we have received from him. And that act of gratitude gives us a willingness to give that is beyond our own gain, that is not for our own gain. And so, that's just a little word. I want to encourage you, show the Father through your acts, show the Father through what you are doing, how you treat people. Don't look at who you're treating well, don't look at necessarily who the person is who you're doing it for so you can get something in return, but actually do good just so the Father is revealed. Alright, hope this word blessed you, and see you again next week. Ciao!